Pandemic is a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death.
Life pretty much froze after this day.
There are new COVID-19 cases in North Texas,
and it is spreading fast.
Declaring a state disaster.
Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price is expected to announce a stay-at-home order.
Dallas County will move to a safer-at-home order.
Our world turned upside down, forcing us to change our ways, forcing us to be by ourselves and focus on our health, because we had nowhere to be. What if I told you that in the city, the streets were empty? Would you believe me? What if I told you schools shut down and businesses closed too? Even stadiums weren't rocking like they used to. Would you believe me? We hear words like
isolation,
social distancing,
the lockdown,
to wash our hands since they can harm us, to keep 6 feet, we don't know who to trust. The fear turns into greed, so we take more than we need. But we're all in this together. We're all connected, all equally affected. A new dawn will rise. Everything will go back to how it was. Continue on doing the things we love. In the meantime, we'll miss our families.
Happy birthday, Lana.
Oh, I missed you.
We'll miss our friends. But we'll all be together again. We used to be on the phone when we're all together. Now we can't wait to get on the phone to be with each other. Will that change? Show support for our community, for the ones we love, and the ones who don't get appreciated enough. Yeah, someday it'll all be back to normal. People will fill the streets again. Sports will return. The only question left is, how do we move forward? Will our world change or remain the same? What is the new normal?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, come on. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Welcome to Tumoy Tea Farms. Nestled in the rolling Nandi Hills of Kenya, Tumoy Tea Farms has been in the Kata family for generations, and other members of the Tumoy community come here to work hard and provide for their families. Despite Kenya being the world's largest tea exporter, the tea pickers of Tumoy have been making unlivable wages for years, and that's where we come in. Cha is an international collaboration between Kenya, Korea, and Texas to redistribute funds to these workers while distributing high-quality black tea to you and to me using innovative new logistics. But we need your help to make this happen. By supporting our Kickstarter, you bring Tumoy truly livable wages, educational opportunities, stronger Wi-Fi connection, and any other community needs we can help them achieve. That's the power of a good cup of tea. Our Kickstarter has a variety of special offers so you can send your love all the way from Kenya to your loved ones worldwide this holiday season. So share love, share tea, share Cha.
My name is Katie Cresswell-Maynard. I'm the Chief Executive of Engineers Without Borders UK. So the reason I became an engineer was because I always wanted to do something that would make a difference. That would make a difference to the planet, that would make a difference to the people that live on this planet, not just today, but for generations to come. And for me, engineering was exactly that. I could see that I could use both the creative side of my mind as well as my interest for science and maths, but bring them together in a way that I could actually focus all of my attention on making the world a better place. At Engineers Without Borders, a big part of what we do is about putting global responsibility at the heart of engineering decision making. The reason that we think that this is important is because engineering is actually a uniquely global profession. The decisions of engineers, wherever they're working, whatever projects they're working on, and wherever those projects are, have both a local and global impact. Especially if we think about civil engineers. So if you think about what a civil engineer does, the type of projects they work on, just down to the very materials that they source to build the buildings that they've designed, those materials will have been dug out of the ground somewhere else in the world and had both environmental and social impact. So much so that apparently we, as in human beings, are responsible for moving more natural resources every single year than nature itself. I think that's amazing, I think that's inspiring, but along with that comes a great sense of responsibility. Today I'm standing in the ICE's new exhibition, Invisible Superheroes, which is all about celebrating 200 years of the institution of civil engineers, highlighting the key role that engineers play in addressing the needs of people all around the world. We want to highlight the social impact and purpose of engineering so that young people all around the world, particularly in the UK, can understand the difference that they can make as an engineer. So what does that look like? Well, for example, here in the Invisible Superheroes exhibition, we're looking at heroes such as Joseph Bazalgette, who brought sanitation to millions of people, not just here in London, but all around the world, saving people from communicable diseases such as diarrhea and cholera. So our work is all about continuing the work of people like Joseph Bazalgette in parts of the world where access to improved sanitation, clean water, clean energy and a resilient built environment is still not available to them. For example, our work with our partner in Kenya is focused on addressing the needs of the community in Kibera. Kibera is an informal settlement, or what some people might refer to as a slum. So Kibera provides an important housing niche for people who live in Nairobi. And whilst it's a dynamic, exciting and vibrant community and place to live, unfortunately, there are still some serious infrastructure challenges that the people living there are challenged by. There is limited access to improved sanitation, and access to water is also a key issue. So when twice a year, Nairobi experiences torrential rainfall, well, the people of Kibera are more adversely affected by that rain than the rest of the people living in Nairobi. This is because Kibera is situated near the Nairobi River, so they're close to an existing water source, but also because of the build-up of waste, be that plastic, as well as human waste, because it's unfortunately not dealt with at the moment in an efficient manner. It means that all of the waterways and drainage systems throughout Kibera are blocked up. And so when the rains fall, that water has nowhere to go. It rises up and infiltrates into the houses of the people that live there. Obviously, this causes damage to those people's houses. It also increases the likelihood of disease spreading. So what we've been doing is working with a community partner based in Kibera and identifying engineers with key skills to help them address this challenging problem. So our engineers have been working with that community partner to, in the first place, improve the waste management that's occurring so that the community of Kibera can deal with their own waste first and foremost in a sustainable way. And second, the work that we've been doing is that our engineers have been working with that community partner to build in flood resilience and flood protection into the way that the built environment of Kibera is constructed. So in a way, our engineers are just like the invisible superheroes in this exhibition. The work that they do may go unnoticed by the community, but in fact the impact that they have on those people's lives will have a significant difference on the ability of people to access a good education, access a good job, and live healthy, safe, and happy lives. We have engineers from all sorts of different backgrounds and disciplines, from civil engineers, structural engineers, geotechnical engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, electronic engineers, aerospace engineers, believe it or not. We've had someone from the European Space Agency come and work with us. So I think that only goes to highlight actually how important it is that engineers from all different types of backgrounds work together. There is no one way to solve the challenges of the world around us. We need lots of different skill sets, lots of different backgrounds, lots of different ideas to address those challenges. By 2050, there will be 9 billion people living on this planet. The majority of those people will be living in urban environments, and those environments have been designed, constructed, built and maintained by engineers. So the role engineers play in my life and in your life and the lives of generations to come will to a certain extent very heavily depend on the decisions of engineers. And so if you're interested in making a difference to change the lives of people now and in years to come, then why don't you also consider becoming one of these invisible superheroes? Become an engineer and make a difference.
Pandemic is a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death.
Life pretty much froze after this day.
There are new COVID-19 cases in North Texas.
And it is spreading fast.
Declaring a state disaster.
Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price is expected to announce a stay-at-home order.
Dallas County will move to a safer-at-home order.
Our world turned upside down, forcing us to change our ways, forcing us to be by ourselves and focus on our health, because we had nowhere to be. What if I told you that in the city, the streets were empty? Would you believe me? What if I told you schools shut down and businesses closed too? Even stadiums weren't rocking like they used to. Would you believe me? We hear words like
isolation,
social distancing,
the lockdown,
to wash our hands since they can harm us, to keep 6 feet, we don't know who to trust. The fear turns into greed, so we take more than we need. But we're all in this together. We're all connected, all equally affected. A new dawn will rise. Everything will go back to how it was. Continue on doing the things we love. In the meantime, we'll miss our families.
Happy birthday, Lana.
Oh, I missed you.
We'll miss our friends. But we'll all be together again. We used to be on the phone when we're all together. Now we can't wait to get on the phone to be with each other. Will that change? Show support for our community, for the ones we love, and the ones who don't get appreciated enough. Yeah, someday it'll all be back to normal. People will fill the streets again. Sports will return. The only question left is, how do we move forward? Will our world change or remain the same? What is the new normal?
Dear Lord, let your holy angel be with me.
Stunning announcement. Hollywood legend Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson revealing they have the coronavirus.
So are you fearful?
I mean, I am.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we have an answer for that too.
But I'm not gonna panic.
Yeah, there's like no vaccine, which is pretty crazy.
More deaths, more cases as thousands of Americans begin to self-quarantine.
It poses a greater global threat than terrorism.
Now here in New York City, a state of emergency declared as well.
The turmoil on Wall Street amid the coronavirus outbreak.
There's no treatment known. There's no vaccine.
This as New York bans all gatherings of 500 people.
Panic is rippling through the global stock market.
More than 10,000 school closures nationwide.
Shops, cafes, restaurants, bars, all forced to close.
And rising fear, officially a global pandemic.
All games for all teams suspended until further notice.
As many as 45 million of us might be killed by it.
Faith must be fostered by the man or woman you see every day in the mirror.
It is down. Oh my goodness, I thought this was just triple digits.
The Park NX10 AFM provides accurate, high-resolution imaging with ease of use and versatility. Science and innovation continue to demand that we visualize and measure phenomena at the nanoscale. This advancement requires a new generation of tools that provide high-resolution data but are easy to use for everyone. To meet these demands, Park Systems introduces the Park NX10 Atomic Force Microscope. The Park NX10 provides accurate data, a user-friendly interface, and versatile imaging modes for all types of research. The Park NX10 is built to inherently provide accurate data. This is the Park NX10 head. Its architecture is built on decoupled X, Y, and Z scanners, eliminating bowing artifacts that are observed in conventional tube scanners. Flexure guides provide distortion-free images and accurate X and Y movement. Thermally matched components maximize accuracy, ultimately reducing noise and increasing signal. Superior sensitivity is achieved by using only the most effective low-noise Z detectors on the market. Images maintain accuracy over time using Park's true non-contact imaging mode. This mode allows users to image samples without touching them, extending your tip lifetime and enabling hundreds of high-resolution scans without sample or tip damage. However, for highly productive research, users need a tool that does not only provide outstanding technology, but is also easy and convenient to use. This is why Park Systems has created SmartScan's Auto Mode. With this unique SmartScan software, the probe will automatically land, set parameters, and begin scanning with a single click of the mouse. Struggling with parameter settings is now a thing of the past, and even novice users can take high-quality images. Moving to a region of interest is simple. Just double-click and the automated stage will take you there. Program mode and AutoScript functions allow the user to program and automate measurements at multiple sites, so that the AFM can perform experiments unattended. In addition to the software, the hardware is also designed to be user-friendly. Manipulating the cantilever is simplified with Park's pre-aligned cantilevers, so that tip exchange only takes a few seconds. Moreover, the Park NX10 is highly versatile, offering diverse imaging modes and environments. With a wide range of scanning options to investigate electric, magnetic, thermal, or even mechanical properties, the Park NX10 is easily tailored to the needs of any AFM project. A variety of environmental chambers are also available, so the Park NX10 can accommodate your experiment, whether it is in liquid, vacuum, or inert gas. Offering inherently accurate data, ease of use, and high versatility, the Park NX10 provides world-class technology to all kinds of researchers, allowing you to focus on your next groundbreaking experiment. The quickest path to innovative research, Park NX10. To learn more, please go to parkafm.com.
Solutions are out there.
There's no turning back.
I don't think the people in charge are near nervous enough.
So after all the mining, the fossil fuels, the toxins, the environmental destruction, here's what happens next. Only a few years after it was built, things at Ivanpah began to fall apart. Broken mirrors littered the desert. Yes, these giant solar and wind technology installations may last only a few decades, then tear it down and start all over again. If there's enough planet left. It was becoming clear that what we have been calling green, renewable energy and industrial civilization are one and the same. Desperate measures not to save the planet, but to save our way of life. Desperate measures, rather than face the reality, humans are experiencing the planet's limits all at once.
Every different perspective I look at and imagine, well, we could do more of this or go to a larger area or use more of that. Well, it turns out there isn't more. I looked at marine production and fish production and found that peaked 20 years ago. More and more of what we eat is from fish farming. The current acres of actively farmed land, that is peaked also. The rivers are already being irrigated to about the limits of what they can sustain. The Colorado River doesn't get to the ocean anymore. Well, then you start looking at groundwater, the southern Great Plains, and I think they can almost predict when they will run out of groundwater, and it's in a decade or two. A human vulnerability at the global scale, that any one of them we could maybe compartmentalize, but we're seeing them propagating across topic after topic of society and the Earth system. And I don't think the people in charge are near nervous enough.
People don't necessarily think about what plastics is made of or where plastics come from.
It starts when the oil and the gas leave the wellhead, and it keeps on being a problem at every step along the way.
I don't think they can keep on tricking people forever.